सिद्धी दावितात संत साधू म्हणती कोणी सिद्धी दावितात अनुभव शून्य सारे अनुभव शून्य सारे त्रास दोह्या जीवा उघड सहस्रार माते उघड सहस्रार उघड सहस्रार माते उघड तुझ्या चरणासी माते जेव्हा आम्ही आलो तुझ्या चरणासी माते जेव्हा आम्ही आलो कृष्ण स्वरूप पाहून तेव्हा मनी दंग झालो कृष्ण स्वरूप पाहून तेव्हा मनी दंग झालो ध्यानामध्ये मूलाधारी शक्ती रूप देवा उघड सहस्रार माते उघड सहस्रार उघड सहस्रार माते उघड सहस्रार तुझ्या कृपेने त्रित शक्ती ऊर्ध्वमुखे येई तुझ्या कृपेने त्रित शक्ती ऊर्ध्वमुखे येई सात चक्रे तिच्या स्पर्शे जागृतती होई सात चक्रे तिच्या स्पर्शे जागृतती होई आज्ञास्थानी येता माते काग विसावा उघड सहस्रार माते उघड सहस्रार उघड सहस्रार माते उघड सहस्रार तेज जेव्हा त्या शक्तीचे इडा पिंगलात तेज जेव्हा त्या शक्तीचे इडा पिंगलात थंड थंड चैतन्याच्या लहरी वाहतात थंड थंड चैतन्याच्या लहरी वाहतात सहस्रार भेद नामे अनंतत्व ठेवा उघड सहस्रार माते उघड सहस्रार उघड सहस्रार माते उघड सहस्रार प्रेमाची शिदोरी आज्ञा चक्रवरी प्रेमाची शिदोरी आज्ञा चक्रवरी उघड सहस्रार माते उघड सहस्रार उघड सहस्रार माते उघड सहस्रार
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. In case you are checking our weekly schedule, you know that we try to have a theme for every class. So today it will be about self-realization and Sahasrara Chakra, the seventh center. You listen to a bhajan, a song composed by yogis and interpreted by Sahaja yogis. So I hope that you felt the beautiful vibrations. So let's make sure that we have protected ourselves. It seems that we have nobody new. So let's do the bandhan together. We invite Mother Kundalini to rise. Attention on the left energy channel on Ida Nadi. And we already start letting go for the thought. So we are in the present moment. Then we invite Mother Kundalini to rise. Attention on the right channel on the Pingala Nadi. We take 2 knots above the head. Let's make sure that we are absolutely keeping the attention inside. Then we invite Mother Kundalini to rise along the central channel, along the Sushumna Nadi, and above the head. We take 3 knots. We want Kundalini to flow continuously through us and keep us connected. Let's just relax for a few seconds, both hands in our lap, just to enjoy, to have the attention on this flow, on our trust in our Kundalini energy that flows through us continuously. Let's take a deep breath in, hold it inside, let it go, relax. And now we'll move the attention under the seat level on our Muladhara Chakra, the root chakra. And we start from the left. Let's draw in the air with the right hand the first protective rainbow for Muladhara. While we have the attention there, we trust our innocence, our purity, spontaneity, the childlike qualities. We trust that they are there, ready to express themselves within us. Then we draw in the air the second protective arch back and forth above the head. This is for the Swadishtana Chakra. We trust that our creativity, pure intelligence, pure attention, they are all protected, all of them bestowed upon us from within by our own Swadhisthana Chakra. We trust that Kundalini nourishes our Swadhisthana Chakra. Let's move our attention on the belly button, on that area, on our Nabi Chakra. Now we draw in the air, back and forth above the head, the third protective arch for the Nabi Chakra. We trust our inner balance. We trust our inner peace, the complete satisfaction and balance. Let's take a deep breath in, hold it, let it go. We are in the present, completely centered. And then we take the fourth protective arch back and forth. Attention on our heart, on our chest area, on the heart, Anahat Chakra. We trust our heart, the purity of our heart, the strength of our heart, the dedication of our heart. We trust our courage, our compassion. We take the next protective arch, attention on the throat level, at the base of the throat, actually, on our Vishuddhi Chakra. And we trust that Kundalini energy will open all 16 petals of this chakra. All of them are necessary. It is a complex chakra that connects us with each other. It allows us to express ourselves in a beautiful, pure, innocent way, truthful way, but express ourselves. We are no longer hidden behind fears or behind aggressiveness. We are absolutely like an open flower that shares its fragrance willingly, joyfully, trustfully with everyone around in a detached way, a giver in a detached way. Now we take the next protective arch while we have the attention on the top of our head. This protective arch was for the Agya chakra, optic chiasma. We know that there is the sixth center. And here with humbleness, we trust that our forgiveness will blossom and express within us more and more. We trust that we can forgive ourselves and others from the heart. We can forgive, we will open ourselves to the pure sky of complete forgiveness, complete detachment, ready for the complete freedom of the spirit, complete detachment of any past experiences, completely surrendered. We take the seventh protective arch. This is the last protective arch for our crown chakra. For Sahasrara Chakra, we can unite our hands in front of our heart, in front of our center heart chakra, with our confidence, and we can even bow gently our head forward. We bow in front of this power, this gift that we receive, the self-realization and the power that maintains it, our own Kundalini energy. That's our motherly guide. Let's take a few moments just to have the attention along the central channel, along the spine. Just feel the central axis that exists within us. And we want to be completely balanced, left and right to be completely balanced. Desires and actions completely balanced. Find that peace. That stability that comes from within. Now we let both hands to relax in our lap facing upwards. Let's take the right hand, we place it on the left side of our chest. We know what we can find there, our spirit in our heart. That's our essence. Left hand remains open, and let's say from all our heart, with complete confidence, Mother Kundalini, I am the spirit. Take me to my spirit. Help me realize that I am the spirit, nothing else but my spirit is real. Bring the light of the spirit in my heart and let it shine through and through. We'll take the right hand, we'll place it on the forehead. Make sure that is firmly placed there. And here we can say, Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone and myself. No regrets, no worries. I simply let go. We can even make the gestures of releasing through our hands, like scattering in the air towards Mother Earth any dust of bad memories, thoughts, reactions, anything out. Very good. Now we'll place the right hand at the back of our head, same level with the eyes, but at the back. Let the right hand encompass that area completely. And this time we'll tilt our head upwards so the face will be towards the sky. The head will completely rest into the right palm. Eyes closed, attention inside. And another way to free ourselves is to free ourselves of any guilt. And it really helps to ask for forgiveness. It's always such a way to make peace with ourselves. So here we'll say, Mother Kundalini, you are part and parcel of this all-pervading divine power of love. I ask for your forgiveness. From all my heart, I ask for forgiveness for any wrongdoings. I don't hide them. I place them in your light. I am all yours, with good and bad. Please forgive me. Thank you for all your love, for your forgiveness. Let's bring our head straight. And now with the right hand, we can massage that area. And let's massage also the neck at the back. We can even start from the vertebra there, the beginning of the neck, just at the back. Let's massage, even on the sides of the neck. And this time, let's use both hands actually to massage, starting from the shoulders, the neck upwards. It seems that the Vishuddhi is a bit blocked tonight, left, right, and center aspects. So it helps because this is not a simple massage. Through our hands, vibrations flow. And now with the right hand, let's tap the left shoulder and neck area. So the right hand will go on the opposite neck and shoulder area, give it a good massage. And here we can say with full conviction, Mother Kundalini, I'm not guilty. I let go of any guilt that's just poison in me. I want it out. Mother Kundalini, please remove any poisonous guilt, any negative thoughts about myself, that any self-doubt out. I am the pure spirit. I don't accept this negativity in my being. Please take it out. Now we can massage with the left hand the opposite neck and shoulder area. We can also tap it, kind of remove any subtle negative energy out. Any tendency to feel oppressed or to oppress others, to control others, any desire for control, anything that tries to isolate us from others or obsess about bringing everyone around ourselves, all this out. We don't want these extremes. Very good, it's so much better. The left Vishuddhi is still blocked, so what we can do is to place the right hand firmly on the left neck and shoulder area. We can turn our head towards right, even lean our head on the right shoulder while the right hand crosses over from the front and is firmly placed on the left shoulder and the left side of the neck. And here we can say with full conviction, let's say it 16 times, full conviction, Mother Kundalini, I respect myself as a realized soul, as a true seeker, as a Sahaja yogi. I completely respect myself as a realized soul. So any of these, let's say it 16 times with full conviction, whatever rings true to you. And I will say that if you are still saying these affirmations, you can take the right hand away from the left issue. Let's see if you feel a difference. Hopefully it's cooler. If you still feel heat or tingling or pressure, that means that you need to give it more attention. Maybe even by yourself, but right now it's much, much better. It's actually cool. And let's pay attention if anything has changed, because when we clear a chakra, we might notice an improvement or a difference with the other chakras because they all collaborate with each other. They're all interconnected. So let's see if we find a change, maybe a coolness in the left nabi area. So let's pay attention. Very good. Now let's clear our hands, like washing our hands with our own pure vibrations, and we kind of remove any negative energy. Very good. Let's relax both hands. Now we'll take the right hand, we'll place it on top of the head, on our crown chakra, We can bow down humbly towards Mother Earth and massage profoundly, put pressure. Move the scalp towards left, forward, right, backward. So just profoundly, and 7 times, let's say, Mother Kundalini, please open my Sahasrara Chakra. And 7 more times we'll say, Mother Kundalini, I thank you for my self-realization. Then slowly take the right hand further above the Sahasrara Chakra. Follow with the attention, see if you can feel clearly a presence, an energetic presence in that area. Can be even felt like a cool breeze, or maybe hot, or even nothing. That's fine. Just trust what you feel. That's all that matters. Then let's relax the right hand in our lap, facing upwards. And for a few minutes, we'll remain in meditation. And that will be completely silent. Prepare something beautiful afterwards. 2 video clips with Shri Mataji. In one, she talks to us about other aspects of the crown chakra. And in another one, we understand better what is self-realization. We can invite Mother Kundalini to flow with the right hand. Let's stop any thought. Let's welcome and enjoy the presence of our spirit within our being. We'll listen to part one from an interview of Shri Mataji in United States, and we'll follow a very thorough description of Sahasrara Chakra as well the connection with Vishuddhi, a very interesting video. So let's see what we feel and let's gain some pure knowledge.
How does one receive self-realization? Does a person have to give up their personal life or solve problems before they can attain this?
It's very simple, that within our being, a complete machinery is already made through our evolutionary process, and we have 7 centers, main 7 centers placed on our central nervous system, or we can call it on the parasympathetic, and ultimately this power rises, penetrates through these 6 centers only, ultimately pierces through the fontanelle bone area and connects you to that all-pervading power. While it is traveling through these chakras or the centers or the energy centers, we can call them, it nourishes them. It not only nourishes, it integrates them and it enlightens them. Most of the problems, global problems, are because of human beings. And most of the human problems are because of these centers. Because these centers cater to our physical, mental, emotional and spiritual needs. So once these centers are out of gear, we have all these problems, whether on an individual basis or on a collective basis. So when this connects to the all-pervading power, then you achieve a new state of awareness. So there's a breakthrough in your evolution. Evolution process is spontaneous. We have not paid for it, we didn't do anything, we have become human beings. So now, the last one, why should we pay for it, or why should we do anything about it?
Does one need blind faith, or can this be approached, as you say, or how is it approached, like a science?
It's just a living process. You try to understand this way, that this Mother Earth is there. What you have to do is to put one seed in it. And the seed sprouts. How? Because it is built in the seed to sprout, and built in the Mother Earth to make it sprout. It's as simple as that.
You know, we Americans are very into scientific proof. And you describe Sahaja Yoga as an essence of all religions, and not just a religion. How is Sahaja Yoga different?
Saha means with. Ja means born. Born with you is the right to have this union, the yoga. That is Sahaja. By this union you realize that all the religions were flowers born on one tree of spirituality. But we have plucked the flowers, and now we are fighting with the dead flowers. If there is one God, then how could we fight in the name of God? This is the philosophy of Gandhiji also. He also followed the same philosophy. Not only, but as we worship all the incarnations and all the prophets and all the messiahs, in the same way, he said we have to worship them. It's not just to show respect, but you must worship the same way. That is Sahaj religion, which encompasses all the religions and also respects, because in essence all of them are the same. And if there's one singular message in all these religions, is that seek yourself, to be born again. That's the message in all the religions.
So where has the religion gone wrong? We are, let's take Christianity for example.
Christianity has gone wrong at a very early stage, I should say, where it was taken over by Paul. I asked my father when I first saw his name in the Bible, I said, who is this Mr. Paul? He said he's a squatter. He had nothing to do with Christ. He never met Christ. He had actually killed so many Christians. He had killed a disciple of Christ called Stephen. But being a bureaucrat, he thought it was a good platform to jump onto the platform of Christianity. And he had to have help from somebody, one of the disciples. The worst disciple of Christ was Peter. So he grabbed Peter. And written in the Bible, despite all the things they have done, that Christ told Peter that a Satan will catch hold of you. It's clearly said. Now this Mr. Peter and Mr. Paul put together tried to spoil all the great work of our Lord Jesus Christ. Because, first of all, the worst for women. Paul hated women from his heart. And that's why even Christ's mother, he uses a word like woman. To us, she's a goddess. She's a Mahalakshmi, to Sahajogis. But to him, she was just a woman. And the way he has conducted the whole thing has brought such a disaster on the women of the West. Even now, up till now, women are treated as something very low for spirituality. But in India, a woman is the Shakti, is the power. Another great mistake they have committed in describing the Trinity. We have the God the Father, God the Son, and the third one is a Holy Ghost, is a dove. How can you have a father and a son and no mother? But there is a primordial mother which was accepted by all the religions. Even the Jews had it. Greeks called it Athena. Atha in Sanskrit means primordial. Athena. In India this is called as Adi Shakti. In every religion they had this mother who was the primordial mother. So he cancelled all the powers of a mother. And that is how the women have a very inferiority complex, I think, or insecurity in the Western world. Because they think we have to all the time be at an apologetic end, and we should always serve the men, and we should sell our body, we should make ourselves very attractive, otherwise we have no place. And that is how the morality of women is shattered.
I wanted to use a quote from that Paul said in Timothy 1 to really emphasize this point. It says in the Bible, a woman should learn in quietness and full submission. I do not present a woman to teach or to have authority over a man. She must be silent, for Adam was formed first, then Eve, and Adam was not the one deceived, it was the woman who was deceived and became a sinner.
That's also a mistake about Adam and Eve also. But that I'll deal later on. But a simple thing is that it was a complete attack on womanhood. And that's how women have accepted. Imagine such a developed country like England was discussing till yesterday whether a woman should preach or not. Yes, I mean now with great difficulty some people have agreed that women should preach. I just don't understand. In India, a woman is very powerful. She doesn't care for her husband if he goes after another woman. He says, all right, he's sinful, let him go to hell. I don't care. She stands on her own merit, on her chastity. She doesn't bother. Now the whole situation is so bad that women have to be all the time trying to, you see, expose their body also. I haven't seen a single film in which a man is exposed. As always the women must be exposed, as if men are some sanctum sanctorium. I feel the slavery of women is much more in the West than in India.
And how about the Quran? Speaking about the Iranians, I know you did a program this week, and it was a very important program. And I'd like to talk about how the Iranian people have misinterpreted Muhammad and the effect it had on our society and the importance of it changing. for women.
Yes, even Muhammad Sahib, you see, he respected women so much. They used to have wars. They were tribes. The tribal people, it was only Muhammad Sahib who could take birth in those horrible Arabs. And he found that so many men, young men were killed. So he said, all right, if there are not young men, let the old men marry even young girls, doesn't matter, but marry. Even if they have to marry 5 times, marry, so that they do not become prostitutes. Just to respect their chastity, he prescribed this thing, but it is not compulsory that you should marry 5 times. See, we have horrible things in India. A man marries 4 times, has 8 children each time, because they believe that by that democracy they'll be powerful. Then after some time they divorce their wives, but by saying 3 times talaq, talaq, talaq. Now these women are, with so many children, are just left on the street, and if you see them, you'll think that this is worse than Somalia. He respected women. Not only he told his wife that you are going to work out, Aisha, he told that you are going to work out something against the religion. And really it was wrong on her, because his own daughter, as you know, her name was Fatima, stood up and said that this never Muhammad Sahib had said it. But this Abu Bakr is a fellow who just took the platform as it is, I should say, instead of his own son-in-law, Hazrat Ali, who was a great realized soul. And he just completely changed the ideas about women, which Fatima was going to tell. So there were big wars called Karbala, in which 2 children of Fatima Bi were killed. Hazrat Ali was also killed. And there were 2 groups were formed, one is Shia and Sunni. But Shias also don't understand that they have to respect their women, because Fatima Bi itself was not only a saint but an incarnation. She was a goddess.
How has the media affected our view of women today?
In the Western media, I must say that women are used just to lure some sort of very low type of human beings, I should say. Men are not sex points, they are the spirit. They are reduced to this sex point by Freud. And Freud was like a Christ here once upon a time. Now, of course, after so many years, I said this at least 20 years back. But now it is appearing, I have seen some books like Fall of Freudian Empire, Freudian Freud. So many books are coming now. Already all the harm has been done. Human beings are reduced to a sex point now by media, and women who are very cheap, who can expose their body and can sell their chastity, are regarded as great heroines. This is what is the situation of the media is today.
You have even said that Freud could only prosper in America.
Huh?
Freud could only prosper in America.
Yeah.
You said that.
It's a fact. He was born in Austria, and when I talked against Freud, they all clapped. They were very happy I said so, because they were quite ashamed about it. But even in Austria, you find so many prostitutes on the streets, standing all the way. But here, at least, there it is the housewives are housewives. Here even a housewife has to dress up in such a way that she should be like a prostitute. Why should you do that? You must have your self-respect. After killing Kansa, he went down to Dwarika to rule there. And there he had to marry 5 more wives.
Shri Mataji is talking about the incarnation that governs actually our Vishuddhi Chakra, Lord Krishna, Shri Krishna. And for those of us that are, if you read a Mahabharata, if you have a passion for the Hindu mythology, you might be acquainted already. But Shri Mataji always draw parallels between an incarnation's life and the subtle understanding of that life, the subtle aspects. So it's interesting how in the other talk Shri Mataji mentioned the reason why in certain times these incarnations brought certain rules that actually apply to those times. And now we can understand a bit more about the complexity of the Vishuddhi Chakra and the interconnectivity with the Sahasrara Chakra.
First, he had 16,000 wives. So the many people can ask a question, Mother, what sort of a husband he must be? These 16,000 should explain that he has 16 petals. On his domain of Vishuddhi Chakra. And these 16 petals multiplied by the 1,000 petals of the Sahasrara become 16,000. So these are 16,000 powers which are available to us also. These 16,000 powers are working in the brain. These powers could not come as Sahajogis, so they came as women who were entrapped by a king, exactly 16,000. And he married them, because by marriage it was all very dharmic. Also he married 5 wives later who represented the 5 elements. Incarnation cannot be understood from human angle. Can never be understood, I should say. Because their ways and methods are different. They have ways and methods of their own, but they do not expose them to other people, not that they are afraid to expose or they don't want to expose, but it will not be intelligible. It cannot be understood by human beings. If you ask me a question, say, Mother, how do you manage that? I may just change the topic very cleverly. So now I am going to tell you about 16,000 petals of the Sahasrara. And now we can start the translation. In gist you can tell them.
Donc Shri Mataji a expliqué que c'était bien cet accueil avec les enfants parce que Shri Krishna lui-même a commencé en tant qu'enfant et parmi tous les enfants du village où il se trouvait et dont le décor ressemble beaucoup à celui qui a été monté ici. Shri Krishna a commencé très tôt à faire son travail. Il a tué une Rakshasi qui était déguisée en nourrice qui avait essayé de l'attaquer. Et plus tard, il a tué le démon Kansa qui dominait toute la région dans laquelle il se trouvait. Il n'a pas immédiatement participé à la bataille de Kurukshetra et dicté la Bhagavad Gita juste après cela, mais il y a eu de longues années avant qu'il n'intervienne dans cette bataille et où il a régné en tant que roi à Dwaraka. Shri Krishna a épousé plusieurs personnes. Il a épousé 5 épouses qui représentaient les 5 éléments, et d'autre part, il a épousé aussi 16 000 jeunes filles qui représentaient toutes ces shaktis, tous ces pouvoirs, et qui étaient incarnés avec lui. Pour récupérer tous ces pouvoirs, disons, et de façon dharmique, il fallait qu'il soit marié avec elle. Le Vishuddhi Chakra représente 16 pétales, et le Sahasrara correspond au chiffre 1000. C'est donc le Vishuddhi porté au Sahasrara, 16 000 shaktis qui sont avec lui. C'est à propos de ces 16 000 shaktis que Shri Mataji va parler aujourd'hui, car elles sont entre nos mains.
So now, to understand the 16,000 powers that you have got in your brain already manifesting, as soon as you get your realization, those 16,000 powers start manifesting.
Donc ces 16 000 pouvoirs sont présents dans notre cerveau, et dès que nous avons notre réalisation, elles commencent ces puissances à se manifester.
Every petal of Sahasrara has got 16 powers.
Chaque pétale du Sahasrara a 16 pouvoirs.
And these are, the petals are made of the 5 elements.
Et chacun de ces pétales est fait à partir des 5 éléments.
So these 5 elements who create these 1,000 petals
Donc ces 5 éléments forment le millier de pétales,
have got 16 powers on every petal.
et possèdent 16 pouvoirs sur chaque pétale.
Now the 5 elements
Les 5 éléments
is the right side,
correspondent au côté droit,
which is the content, or we can say the matter of the brain.
qui sont la substance du cerveau.
The matter of the brain is created in such a manner that it has a protective matter also. So we have grey matter and also the white matter which is outside to protect the grey matter.
La matière du cerveau est constituée de telle façon qu'elle est protégée elle-même. C'est ainsi que nous avons la substance grise et la substance blanche qui est autour et qui la protège, cette substance grise.
Now these 16 powers which are expressed in every petal
Ces 16 pouvoirs qui sont exprimés dans chaque pétale
are coming from the left side.
viennent du côté gauche.
Shri Krishna is an incarnation of the left side.
Shri Krishna est une incarnation du côté gauche.
So the 16 powers which are coming from the left side adorn the petals which are made of 5 elements.
Et ces 16 pouvoirs qui viennent du côté gauche viennent orner les 1000 pétales formés à partir des 5 éléments venant du côté droit.
But these powers already exist in the brain.
Mais ces pouvoirs existent déjà dans le cerveau.
By these 5 plus 16 powers, we do all our nervous system work.
Par ce système de 5 et 16, nous faisons déjà tout ce que nous faisons avec notre système nerveux.
For example, if you have to lift your hand like this, Then it is worked first of all through the left side, which desires that it should be lifted.
Par exemple, si vous voulez lever votre main comme cela, cela vient d'abord du côté gauche et du désir de lever la main.
And then is ordered to the 5 powers or 5 elements, they go into the action.
Et à ce moment-là, l'ordre parvient aux 5 éléments du côté droit qui entrent en action.
Also, we have in our system a special type of arrangement where there is a reflex action.
Dans notre système, nous avons aussi un arrangement spécial qui est le système réflexe,
Which is built earlier in our evolution.
qui a été constitué plus tôt dans notre évolution.
So, in a human consciousness, whatever works is not a reflex action.
Dans la conscience humaine, ce qui fonctionne, ça n'est donc pas l'action réflexe.
But now when you are Sahasrara is enlightened with the Kundalini, all these 1000 powers multiply it into 16,000.
Et maintenant que nous sommes au niveau du Sahasrara, ces 16 pouvoirs doivent se multiplier par 1000.
So all the nerves in the body get enlightenment.
Et à ce moment-là, tous les nerfs dans le corps reçoivent leur illumination.
Your attention becomes enlightened.
Votre attention elle-même devient éclairée.
With these 1000 dimensions, you become collectively conscious.
Et c'est avec cette puissance 1000 que vous devenez collectivement conscient.
We can say like this, if there are 16 people staying in 5 houses,
Par exemple, on peut dire si nous avons 16 personnes réparties dans 5 maisons,
and they are working separately
et ils travaillent séparément,
and sometimes coordinating,
et de temps en temps, ils se coordonnent.
but a flood comes in,
Mais
flood.
une inondation arrive.
As a result of the flood, all these houses are brought together
Et à cause de cette inondation, toutes les maisons se trouvent rapprochées.
and get enveloped into the energy of that flood.
Et elles se trouvent baignées, enveloppées par l'énergie de ce flot.
Then they join hands together.
À ce moment-là, ils se serrent les coudes tous ensemble.
They forget their houses
Ils oublient leur maison
and they start using now a new energy of collective consciousness.
et ils se mettent à utiliser la nouvelle énergie de la conscience collective.
This is exactly what has happened in you.
C'est exactement ce qui se produit en vous.
That as soon as the Kundalini has risen within you and given you realization, the flood has brought these dormant energies in you into play.
C'est-à-dire que lorsque vous avez votre réalisation et que la Kundalini s'élève, c'est ce flot, cette inondation qui se produit et qui met ses pouvoirs en action en vous.
You don't have to think that you have to hold each other's hand when there's a flood. You just hold it automatically, spontaneous.
Devant ce flot, vous n'avez pas à réfléchir à savoir comment vous serrer les mains, tenir les coudes les uns les autres, mais ça se fait spontanément.
So all the energies suddenly start getting into motion.
Donc toute cette énergie, soudain, se met à entrer en mouvement.
So this power where the 1000 energies of the brain suddenly awakened is the power called as Viratangana.
Donc ce pouvoir de 1000 qui se trouve dans le cerveau et qui entre en action devant ce flot, c'est le pouvoir qu'on appelle celui du Virata.
That is, she is the power of the Virat.
C'est-à-dire c'est la puissance, la Shakti du Virata.
She is the power which makes Sri Krishna a Virat.
C'est cette puissance qui fait de Sri Krishna le Virata, l'être collectif.
So the 16,000 powers which he achieves in your being
Donc les 16 000 pouvoirs qu'elle accomplit en votre être
is done through the power of Viratangana.
c'est fait à partir du pouvoir de Viratananda.
And at this modern times, you know who is that.
Et dans ces temps modernes, vous savez de qui il s'agit.
So the Adishakti takes the form of Viratangana.
Donc l'Adishakti, la Shakti primordiale, prend la forme de Viratananda.
With that enlightenment, you achieve your realization.
Et c'est avec cette illumination, cette lumière que vous accomplissez votre réalisation.
So the Kundalini passing through different centers, enlightening the different energies, ultimately comes to the brain and enlightens the Viratangana power.
Et la Kundalini, en s'élevant, passe à travers les différents centres, et lorsqu'elle arrive au niveau du cerveau, elle met en action cette Viratananda.
At this point, at the brain point, the Kundalini starts spreading in the head.
Et à ce point du cerveau, la Kundalini se met à se répandre dans la tête.
She of course shoots off from the Sahasrara, but also she trickles down through this plate of the brain downwards on the sympathetic.
Évidemment, elle surgit à travers le Sahasrara, mais aussi elle commence à occuper le cerveau jusqu'à ces deux points sur les tempes, et à partir de là, descend dans les deux sympathiques.
That relaxes you. That's why you feel relaxed.
Et c'est pour cela que vous vous sentez relaxé,
It relaxes the sympathetic.
parce qu'elle adoucit les systèmes sympathiques.
That enlarges the centers.
Et elle élargit le canal central.
It brings it back to its normal positions.
En le ramenant à sa position normale.
The enlargement of the parasympathetic or Sushumna makes the Kundalini rise in more quantum.
Et l'élargissement de ce canal central de la Sushumna Nadi permet à la Kundalini de s'éveiller et de monter plus fort.
It is all done by a reflex action of Kundalini.
Et tout cela est fait par une action réflexe de la Kundalini.
So the Kundalini is already built in such a manner that when she rises, she automatically does all these things.
Et la Kundalini est donc bâtie de telle sorte que lorsqu'elle s'éveille, elle fait tout cela de façon spontanée.
So your Kundalini has got the power to enlighten all your centers and to enlighten your brain and to relax you, to increase the size of the centers and make the Kundalini rise again.
Donc la Kundalini a de façon spontanée, à l'origine, ce pouvoir de s'éveiller, de traverser tous vos centres, de monter jusqu'au cerveau, de traverser le Sahasrara, d'agrandir le canal central et de relaxer vos systèmes sympathiques.
But the Kundalini has a very special power.
Mais elle a aussi un pouvoir extrêmement spécial.
That every human being's Kundalini knows me.
C'est que chaque Kundalini de chaque être humain connaît Shri Mataji.
Many people who have just seen my photograph have got their Kundalini awakened.
De nombreuses personnes qui ont juste rencontré ma photographie ont reçu leur réveil de la Kundalini.
But if your centers are very clouded or exhausted or jammed together or separated away from each other, then the Kundalini stops there.
Mais si vos centres sont extrêmement encrassés, ou s'ils sont noués d'une façon ou d'une autre, certains centres étant trop rapprochés, d'autres étant complètement distordus, à ce moment-là, la Kundalini redescend.
That's why some people get realization very fast and some take time.
Et voilà pourquoi certains reçoivent leur réalisation très vite et d'autres ont besoin de beaucoup de temps.
Hello, everyone. We can share. Would be nice to hear from you. Let's see. How was this session? I think we succeeded to do everything and keep our promise. So let us know if anything really helped you tonight or what you felt, if you have any question or anything you would like to share, like related to your journey with Sahaja Yoga meditation. Thank you. You can unmute yourself. So nice, Anjali. Yes, and these flowers are like all of us, all Sahasraras open, and all this force of Viratangana. Um, if anyone would like to, Anjali or somebody else, if you can search on our website, I put also for all of you. The word is Viratangana for the power of Sahasrara. The yogi who was doing the translation, I think he was maybe new to Sahaja Yoga, or maybe Shri Mataji just revealed because it's so much knowledge and it is a first time for everything. So maybe it was the first time that he heard, maybe Shri Mataji just told about Viratangana as a power. So the name is Viratangana and you can search it on our website if you go at freemeditation.ca and you put that Viratangana in the search field, you can find some articles that are really interesting. Oh, great, June. So great to hear from you and from Oresta. So nice. Indeed. And we recorded this one. So, and actually we offer like 6 or 7 videos we have on our channel. We have our own channel, video channel on YouTube. And we'll share it with you via email. So you have so much information about the powers of the channels, of the chakras. So we try to help as much as we can. Thank you. Okay. If nobody opens up to to talk, then we can thank you everyone for sharing on the chat. I really appreciate and thank you everyone. Yes, there were really good vibrations and also it was a wonderful what we learned tonight.
Hi, good evening.
Hi Taruna.
Yes, the way we bandhan Ivana really is so powerful up to when we bandhan like Om Sri Mahalakshmi Mata, Ida Nadi, Susumna Nadi, and Pingala Nadi, so powerful, so touching, and we slowly we go to the Muladhara up to Sahasrara is very powerful. Today we clear our left Vishuddhi, right Vishuddhi, and all the Vishuddhi Chakra is very powerful. And there is no, we cannot explain about about the Sri Mataji talk about Sri Krishna and Virata. It's amazing. So ultimately we enjoyed the talk also and enjoyed the meditation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Taruna. Thank you. For those
And
of you that
16,000 petals and Sri Krishna about when in our childhood is very curious. Oh, how come Sri Krishna has 16 16,000 women with lay, and at that time a very curiosity. But now we understand about the Leela of Sri Krishna. Yeah,
Exactly. So
yeah,
like so for those that don't know, Leela means divine play. So like
yeah,
a play
yeah.
of the divine. So yeah, I could not believe how these videos really completed each other because Shimataji walked us in 4 minutes through through the essence of of the mishaps in different religions, and also so beautifully you've seen how she explains so much about the power of women and the subtle power of women, and um, she was like the greatest feminist without being like a feminist. But that was very powerful. And then with the second one we learned about the power of Viratangana, and yeah, perfect. And for those of you that know to do the bandhan, of course you can do it on your own, but maybe in a way it's nice to do it together. And sometimes we just do the you can when you do it by yourself, of course you don't need to say the affirmations, or you don't need to say to take time to do the bandhan. Shimataji was saying that even a workshop, everything in Sahaja Yoga should be like a meditation. And because I've seen that some of you revisited us after a while, we just tried to help, and it was just flowing spontaneously. So I hope that everybody was okay with this form. Thank you. So as you know, tomorrow is a going deeper. Use the same link if you want to join us in the morning at 6:30 a.m. and in the evening at 8:30 p.m. And we might find we will learn, of course, more things, and we go with the flow. So thank you so much for joining tonight. Last call, if anyone still has something in themselves that want to share, that's the moment. Don't keep anything in yourself.
I wanna.
Hi.
I was just. I was just gonna say something about girl power, and then you just exactly said everything I wanted to say about Shimataji was saying there's a father and a son, and how everybody just like not really give importance to the primordial, the Adi Shakti, the different version in many religion. And um it's I was gonna say like, oh, Shimataji already know girl power before it was like you said, a feminist, and she wasn't afraid to call out like Paul, like talking about religion. She wasn't like afraid to like call out.
Oh, never. But
Yeah,
you know how respectful she
respect.
is. Shimata is very respectful, and she doesn't. But I think that was a time she adapts from interviewer, and that lady was very open-minded and very inquisitive. So I think that that was perfect. I love this interview, honestly. So I think it's very good, and it's helping us to decondition, because we all have our own knowledge, learned knowledge, or from our parents, how we were brought up. And it's so great to see to have this detached perspective coming from somebody who comes from the source. And also was great what Shimata said at the end, that everyone with with Kundalini can really recognize Shimataji, and this is what happened to me when I've seen Shimataji's poster. I had no idea who Shimataji is. I was raised, Orthodox Christian Orthodox, and it was after communism, and absolutely, I had zero respect or interest for big you know, for different people's faces to be on the posters, because we had a dictator and that was everything we've seen. So I was almost allergic to see somebody's face somewhere. And the poster was huge, and I just stopped in the middle of the street and I felt like talking to Shri Mataji. I literally talked in my head with Shri Mataji, because and this was the single time in my life when I felt to do that. So my Kundalini obviously recognized Shri Mataji. That was no other explanation. And very respectfully, you know, I haven't seen many Indian ladies in my life. I read a lot about Indian culture, and I already read Ramayana, Mahabharata. So it's not, and I was doing hatha yoga, so the interest was there, but not familiar. I was not familiar with Indian faces at all, and I was struck. And right away, I felt the motherly power in her, like the motherly guru. That's what I felt, like so powerful in me. So when I've heard now tonight, I forgot that Shmataji said that in that talk. I've watched the other talk about Sahasrara powers, but I forgot about Shimataji saying about Kundalini having the quality of recognizing Shimataji, you know, and I, that's amazing. That's what happened to me. I don't know. I felt to share with you spontaneously, so that's it. Okay, anyone else? I don't want to be the last one to share something.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that I really enjoyed the meditation today. One question I had is my left hand was cooler than the right. So, what could that be?
It's simply that the left channel was more open, clear than the right.
Okay, so I need to do the clearing of the Pingala Nadi then with the.
If you felt blockages, so that doesn't mean really. So you do clearing when you feel blockages. You still felt vibrations to the right. You felt the coolness in the right as well, but not as
No,
strong as in the left, or not at all.
I did not feel the coolness on the right side, but I did
Yeah,
feel
so
on the left.
then you're right. You interpret it correctly, that you have to, in the sense that yes, Pingala and Nadi is a little bit blocked, that's for sure. But sometimes we feel cool in both, but cooler in one of them. So that means that both are open, but one channel might be really have a breakthrough, so you can feel like clear coolness stronger than the other one. So that doesn't mean that it's blocked the other one. It's just that one is really
Okay.
very clean and beautifully open. So
Okay. I'm just
yeah.
trying to
Oh, and
interpret
Kavita,
the.
I
Yeah.
wanted to contact you by email. You let me know when you will do the Sahaj Guru game. Yes.
Sure, sure. Yeah, yeah. Sajguru, I
Yeah.
mean, there is another round, or you are talking about the one.
No. We will talk by email. So
All
you
right.
also have a little bit of homework that I haven't seen that
Sure,
you've
sure.
done much. So
Yes, and I was thinking that that you will be sending some information. Am I supposed to? I mean, I'm still working on it, but I think the speed is
yeah,
reduced very
actually I've
quick.
sent you a lot, but maybe you didn't
Okay.
get that email. Yeah, I sent you a
Oh,
lot.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah, no, you. I
we will
did get.
let's take it off
Okay, all right.
offline.
Okay, 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 all right. But I do want to add one last thing is that this is happened when I was actually working on the Sajaguru game that I realized how, I mean, I really felt thankful to everyone who video recorded and, uploaded and, thanks to you and your team as well for uploading all these information because it really gives the real information that Mataji wanted to say. I felt that all the different religions, as Mataji was explaining today, somewhere it got diluted or changed over time. But then luckily Sahaja Yoga, I see that we get first-hand information from Mataji because of technology. So that is something I just wanted to share.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So
Thank
sweet,
you.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
And actually, we all are very thankful that the Vishuddhi Chakra was open. The ether is so much used nowadays. So that's what allows us to, Shri Mataji was saying, the internet, everything, is due to, um, it's the element of Vishuddhi Chakra. And now Viratangana works everywhere. So we are just so joyfully and naturally sharing. It's not ours to keep, it's really for sharing. And but thank you, it's very sweet to hear that kind of feedback and that thankfulness that comes from the heart. That's very very sweet. Sahaj feeling, actually I also feel very thankful every day for the beautiful people that I've met in Sahaja Yoga, and for everything. We all feel very grateful. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, bye everyone. Good
Bye.
night.
Bye.
Maybe we'll meet
Good night.
tomorrow.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
रूप दे